65 million years ago, a visitor came to planet Earth, and they made a movie about it. Weird that this is based on a true story, isn't it? I'm kidding. Folks, it's that time where we dive into a movie that I'm sure is on everybody's radar for different reasons, and we just gotta talk about it. It's 65, one of the worst titles for a movie I've heard all year in a long time. What is 65? That is a terrible title. You should have called it a million other things. 65 million other things to be exact. What a bad title. But here we are, folks. 65, a movie under the radar for some people, starring leading man Adam Driver as he plays this man who works on a spaceship. It crash lands on this planet. What is the planet? Well, it's the planet Earth 65 million years in the past. Simple premise, he has to protect a child that was on board in like cryostasis and find a way to save her. Simple premise, right? Nothing in particular about that's crazy or over the top or going to be complicated to explain. Straightforward movie. 93 minutes with credits. That's a plus. That is so cool and nice to see. Here's the thing about 65. And if you follow me on any other platform, I've talked about it on Instagram and Twitter and Letterboxd. My favorite film of the year so far. I love this movie. 65 is just perfect in every conceivable way. It's not going to be a movie that's going to please everybody or have the entire audience captivated, but it's subtly genius because it's not trying to be genius. That's what makes it so smart and creative. You know what you're expecting with this, and it serves that up perfectly. Dinosaurs, laser guns, some interesting action beats. It's straightforward. This is akin to a film last year called Beast. Now, Beast is a film where Idris Elba protects his daughters while fighting a lion. That is the same vibes I got from this movie. It doesn't look as great as Beast, but here's an actor who deserves better than this movie. In this situation, who was put through the ringer. The physicality of the performance the driver is giving is insane. He is crawling through rocks, pulling himself out of quicksand, going through muck and goo all over himself, getting blown out of the sky a couple of times. It's intense what they put that man through. And through all of it, he is committed. Is it the perfect performance ever? No. Not by any means. But he's doing his best. And when you hear that he signed on to this movie because his son really likes dinosaurs, you really feel that, because this is a guy who is understanding the situation, what he's told to play, and does it fine. Now, of course, I am a fan of like low-budget sci-fi stuff like this, where you just like, here's some people that crash land on a crazy planet. How are they going to survive? That's some of my favorite science fiction. It's essentially the plot of Forbidden Planet, more or less. I love stuff like this. It's low concept, easy to follow, just good shit happening on screen. It looks fine. I'm not going to say the cinematography or direction is like breathtakingly brilliant or changing the game in any capacity. It gets the job done. It's very serviceable. These are workmen directors who are just putting in the time, who had a concept like, what if laser guns and dinosaurs? And I can't argue with that. Like, why not? It's great. It's very smart. It is one of the few movies I have seen recently where throughout it I was nodding my head in agreement. It's like, yep, that is a big dinosaur that looks crazy. I'm like, yep, they are really going to use grenades to blow up a mountain. I'm like, yep, they are really doing some interesting stuff here. It is fun. I was pumping along like, this is so cool. Like, this is my shit. I am of two minds. I am a little boy who's like, big dinosaur, attack spaceship. That's cool. I'm also an adult man who's like, the moral complexity of a man who lost his daughter now has to protect another child that he doesn't know, and she's trying to understand his language of anger. That is the duality I strive for. This man who's like, bruh, dinosaurs eating stuff, and look at us fight it with a geyser and burn its face off with like acid stuff, and just like the moral complexity of a man fighting to go back to a world he doesn't want to be in, so he's willing to end his life here to save this other child. That is the moral complexity I look for. That is what's on display here. Because guess what, folks? This is so bizarre, and I'm just going to spoil it because it's not going to just like disaffect your like viewing of the movie. He is not from Earth. He is not from the future. He is from another planet altogether called Samaris. And on to Samaris, like, okay, they have like the movie has one of the best openings I've seen in a long time for a movie. It just gives you like the solar system, and then like eons ago in a space somewhere there was a planet called Samaris, and then we go to the planet, and it's just Adam Driver with his wife and his daughter. They're making Earth calls of like going whoo whoo like that, and I'm like, that's really cool. But you know what else is cool? The rocks in the background are in the shape of a wave coming down. It's like rocky waves, and I'm like, I'm sold. You got me hooked. I don't need any other information. I'm sold on everything this movie is doing. And then he's this guy he's like a cargo runner. He has to like run ships, and like the ship goes off course with all these people in cryostasis. Crash lands on 65 million BC Earth. One survivor in the cryostasis is this young girl. We have to get her to the escape pod and save her life. Easy premise, works so well, and from the beginning, I'm invested because I'm a little goofball. Like, I love this kind of energy. And it's such a specific energy of like, what if we try to like have silly jokes in there? Do they land all the time? Maybe not, but it's kind of fun. You understand exactly what's going on here. The small moments narratively where we bring up something that happened before, or we see like somebody learn a lesson, they work for this movie. The dinosaurs look insane. They look scary. They look big and freaky and weird and mangly and these weird, disgusting creatures. It's subtly genius in a weird way. I just love it. Like every single action that is being taken from Driver's character, the dinosaurs we see, and the amount of action we're getting, it's insane. And here's the thing that blows my mind. This is a $45 million budget. One of the best looking movies to come out this recent time. That's insane. Considering higher budget movies look worse than this. You see what happens when we take a simple premise with a talented actor, go in for 90 minutes, and have shit look good? You get something special. You get 65. A phenomenal film. I think it's perfect. It's not going to blow the doors off of anybody, but the audience I saw this with reacted positively to moments. There were young children there that were scared. There were parents there that were helping them like understand like this isn't real. This is just like a crazy sci-fi thing. What more do you want from a movie? I'm being honest. This is as good as it gets in today's climate. It's a flawless production with great designs, the suits, very much inspired by Alien and 2001 at times, but also very reminded me of like a Planet of the Apes thing where we're on like this weird planet and there's like these weird creatures that we know to exist, but they don't know what's going on. So cool. Like it's just so stupid and fun. And I'm here for all of it. If we can have more movies at this scale come out like this, not a huge push every week, but just like, hey, in between movies like Scream 6, Creed 3, Ant-Man, and then Shazam, there's just a little movie with a lead actor fighting some stuff. It's kind of badass. It actually excites me more than any of those big franchise pictures, because dinosaurs are cool, and the fact that somebody said, what if we didn't do Jurassic Park, is honestly really refreshing and exciting for the dinosaur property. How cool is that? A really good movie. An insane time. Look, if you're out with your friends and you just need to kill a couple hours for whatever reason, there are worse ways to do it. Or if you are just like, I want to show something cool to my kid that's a little bit different, it's not a bad film to do that with too. Everything works and it looks good. And we don't do it like this anymore. Journeyman directors making something special. Sometimes it happens. And that's when you get a movie like this. The only downside is a really bad title. So, 65. It's going to shock some people, but I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. And thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Hive, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.